Hey folks, how you doing? It's Archimedes again. I thought today I would bring you and do a Workbench update. This should be fairly short and fairly sweet. I don't recall the last time that I actually put this in a video. I don't think that I had near the coverage or near the amount done the last time I showed a video on this. So, let's get into it. I don't know if I've shown, but I have added a few things. The first one is I needed a spot for my bigger vice grips, and I had all this extra space, and I thought, why not shove it in there? And upon doing that, I just kind of quick threw some rod and stuff, and most of this material I got free, kind of a giveaway. A company was leaving its building, and I was offered the free scrap, so I yanked that stuff out of there quick. And I used it, so it came in handy. I may or may not add to this later on, maybe a few spots here and there, but for now, I really like the way this is set up. Everything's quick accessed. Everything stays on. I mean, as much as I open and close this, everything makes a little clatter, but it's not that bad. I don't know if the last video showed I did add some a shelf in here. I thought about adding another one, but I wasn't too sure what I was wanting to put in here, and I don't have anything that I really want to put in here. So with that, I figured I can always add to it or take anything out of it later on. Once again, there's a shelf here, and I haven't had any set use for this. And as far as this cabinet goes, I was actually debating on bringing a piece of angle iron here out and using this where I could shove paints and or solvents, anything like that. Once again, it would kind of be a quick throw together. I didn't know if I wanted to do that or if I wanted to utilize the other workbench that I'm building for that. Also, and I don't know, I did add a few extra pieces. So if you don't recall, or if I didn't mention that in my other video, I did analyze or utilize the space that was gonna be up top. This is all raw material under here. I did add a strap here because most of this stuff was just kind of drooping down and dangling. So I added that strap to kind of perk it up a little bit. I added one here, and I added another one down the way here. Also, if I didn't mention, I have now, or I will now, I do have magnets to help keep these closed, and these handles actually came out of my kitchen. I was setting them aside in case I didn't like the black ones that I installed in the house, and I'm pretty sure that's in a video. But I decided to try these out here, and at worst case, if I don't like them, I can always change them out. They're very inexpensive. These are metal. They're pretty much just like a brushed aluminum that's been coated, and I thought they looked pretty good. So if you can't tell, I kind of thought it fits with everything. It's kind of got that rounded squareness to it. And I kind of thought it went with the flow. Like I said, if I don't like them, I can always change it. So in this cabinet, I had intentions towards making some shelves, but once again, I had no idea what I was gonna use these for. For now, they're not being used for anything. I was actually debating on using one of these bottom shelves for more or less my shorter raw material pieces. Lots of little bitty pieces that I don't have for anything else. But that would require me to enclose both sides of this to ensure that it doesn't roll off to one side or the other, or maybe even go down in between the expanded metal. So once again, you can kind of see all this is exposed, and I did add a piece of strap up in here and a magnet to help keep this cabinet door closed. And with that, I have a drawer here. Clearly I haven't finished it, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but this thing slides really easy, and it comes out nearly 2 feet. I mean, it's nearly the entire depth of the bench, and it's got good stoppers. It rolls really smooth, and I'm adding 2 more drawers, and I'm kind of in the middle of installing this here, but I'll be adding 2 more drawers, and I'm not sure what those are going to be used for. Up top, I have these set to open from the upright, going from the bottom to the top there. Once again, I don't like that idea. I would prefer to swing them out, just stick a magnet in there. They can close themselves and stick shut. So later on, I am going to chop those up and redo the hinges. It'll still use the same amount of hinges, but they'll be swinging from left to right or opening as like a normal cabinet instead of upwards like that. Mainly because I have no way to keep them held open. So anytime I do reach in there, I have this cabinet that falls down on my arm and I no longer can see what I'm reaching in there for. Although some of these I don't really have a use for. I don't really know what I'm going to use this workbench for. I just know that it's got my lathe, my drill press, and my lathe box on here. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, I thought I would give a quick update. The diamond plate, that stuff is expensive. And I do have enough material to cover these two drawers and this side once I finish installing the slides for the drawers in there. But I'm holding off on those until after I finish. Then I'll fully enclose it. I'll clean it out from underneath it and really sweep under there really good to keep everything in there out. Also, I was going to mention that in the past, these jugs here, which are about 5 gallons, I have I've gained 4 more. So I went from 15 gallons to nearly 50 gallons, 20 gallons, whatever, in total. And I thought to myself, why not just have one giant barrel, pump out of that and into my fueled heater? So that's what I did. I obtained 2 of these barrels. I cleaned them out really good. And I'm going to utilize one to hold the fuel in it and the other one to transport the fuel in it. It seems like it's going to be much better, or at least it sounds like it. I mean, everything sounds good on paper, right? So once I get that done, no more of these jugs. I'll probably get rid of some of these, or I may keep them around. They actually hold fuel really good. They're very watertight and airtight. They actually hardly don't even vent at all, even during the heat of the day with gasoline in them, and I've used them for alcohol before, but even with that stuff in the heat of the day with the sunshine, they didn't really swell up that bad. They got a really, really good rubber seal on them. So, and it doesn't seem like it deteriorates no matter what kind of fuel you use. 3 of these I've been using for about 2.5 years now to hold jet fuel in. Haven't had any problems yet. So, I haven't really done anything or shown anything about my small block 400, but I did pick up an oil pan for it. If you can see, it's got the ridge, the line for cooling. I do have a couple extra parts. I've got a carburetor, got 2-row, double row timing chain. There's a set of valve covers for it. And there's a dual plane high-rise intake. If you can see that there, it's dart. And also, I have a set of dart heads for this thing. So once I get it ready, theoretically, this engine ought to have a pretty hot compression in it, and it ought to run pretty good. I just need a race car to put it in. Anyway, that's about the newest of the updates that I've got. I haven't done anything else to this other workbench except for put my welder and stuff up underneath it. We just finished our busy spraying season at work, and then I somehow or another went down to Dallas, and when I came back I was involved in some kind of harvest crew where I'm driving a grain cart. So that goes from early morning till midnight, so that's going to take up a lot of my time. However, this week I'm filing paperwork to obtain a loan to buy a semi so that I can do my own trucking. So I may or may not have less time on my hands, and depending on how that goes, I believe I can still make money and enjoy life. So that's all the updates I got for now. I'm still working on some of my rig stuff. I got my projects scattered everywhere. There's a little bit of everything I got going on. Update on Sally. I haven't really done anything. I have installed the motor. I have not gotten any further parts for it. I'm going to keep this one bone stock, and the camshaft that came with that small block 400 I found out was more like a mild cam, and it really would do better with like a factory style compression. So I'm going to stick it in this when I get some time, and I'm going to find an intake for this and utilize this engine as a factory style, and I just miss driving this thing. So I've got some steps for this. It's got to wait, and until then, hurry up and wait. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I got some stuff I really need to finish, laundry, cleaning up a little bit around the house, and some stuff like that. So thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.